Hey everyone, SweetJohnnyCage here, back with another guide for Castlevania Bloodlines. This time I'm going to show you how to get through Stage 2 with John Morris on Expert difficulty. Inputting this code you see here will give you access to Stage 2 on Expert difficulty with 5 lives. So, decent amount to get through. There is a 1-up in the stage on the second screen that I will show you how to get. Keep in mind, I am going to make a mistake in this first screen, and I'm leaving it in because it's very important. There is a Minotaur enemy. The second Minotaur you run into, you can freeze him in the air if you time it correctly and just walk right past him. So for this first one, you need to hit it 3 times, just like all the other Minotaurs. Pick up the boomerang, and the second Minotaur right here flies through the air. However, what I will do on this next attempt here is I will hit him while he is in the air, freezing him, but John Morris keeps falling and allows you to walk right underneath him without taking any damage. Looks like this. Jump at the end, strike him, and he freezes, and you can just keep walking. This third one is right after the Morningstar upgrade, or the second Morningstar upgrade, I should say. Hit him 3 times. This candle has the holy water. Kill the next Minotaur. And at this point, you're going to start running into mermen. So if you just keep walking right, you may run into one, but you usually can just skip them. This screen here, 2-2, is the hardest screen in the level. This will take you a really long time to get through if you're anything like me. So what you want to do is when you're on this staircase and the screen is still scrolling up, keep whipping to the left to try to kill that first ghost enemy. The second one, I try to do the same, but I miss him. There are these rotating balls. If you hit them, they will freeze, so it's kind of a trap. I just don't even recommend hitting them. Just try to deal with the ghosts as they come up and kill everything before it gets too overwhelming. I know that sounds obvious, but it's really, really important. So right here is the 1-up. There is a candle that you can throw an axe up to. Right up there, 1-up drops, and you get it. Head back up the stairs, and there's another Minotaur. Ghosts will keep spawning. On Expert difficulty, they spawn more often, so just keep that in mind. If you're playing on normal or easy, you'll have a lot less spawns than I do. That candle over there has a boomerang. I just leave it. I don't really think it's worth getting. The ghosts are going to be the bane of your existence in this level. As you can see here, my health has already dropped to half, so keep that in mind. Once you get up to this final platform, stop scrolling, and then you can go to 2-3. This enemy here, I think he's called like a water mage or something like that. In any event, what you want to do is just keep jumping back and forth and hitting him. You want to do this quickly because if you notice, the bottom of the screen is filling up with water. So you want to not drown and kill him before the screen fills up, but just keep going back and forth and you'll kill him no problem. There was a holy water in that candle in the room. There are 2 crows here that you need to deal with, so just aggro them, then back up, wait for them to fly to you, and then go ahead and deal with them. For whatever reason, this one stayed high. Now, this whole screen is mini-bosses, so you have 2 more to deal with. It's not over yet. First one is a flail armored knight. I'm not really sure what they're actually called, but the trick here is to just stay close to him. That's all you gotta do. His flail cannot hit you if you're close to him, so just sort of stay near his legs and keep whipping away. This next guy is an axe armor. These guys are actually kind of tough. So you need to jump, whip them once, and then get some distance so you don't get hit by the axe. He will eventually jump, just like here. When he does, his axe will get stuck on the ground. This is free damage time. So just deal a few hits, and then rinse and repeat. He may jump one more time, I think. Nope, okay. So we're gonna kill him right there. And that's the end of this screen. So the next screen is 2-4. This introduces Medusa heads, and just as 2-2 was filling up, this one is draining and you need to follow it. So a lot of these platforms you can just walk between just like that. You don't have to jump between them if they just have a little bit of space. We're gonna pick up a flame whip here, but we're gonna lose it pretty quickly. So, you know, don't get your hopes up. I'm really bad when it comes to level 2. I think it's actually one of the hardest levels. We're making our way down, just try to collect as many gems as possible to, you know, be able to use your sub-weapons. When you get hit with the blue flame whip, you lose it, so kind of sucks. There's a boomerang in that candle there. I choose to skip it. I prefer the axe. It's just, I don't know, I just like it better than the boomerang. But, you know, we're just going to keep going back and forth. You know, once you get to one side, you want to go to the other, because that's just the easiest thing to do. It also gives you the most candle opportunities for gems. So just keep going back and forth, left, right, left, and then eventually you'll get to the bottom here, and there will still be Medusa heads. So, you know, don't get too excited. You still have to deal with some Medusa heads. Make your way all the way to the right, and then you can exit. Okay, now this is the second to last screen, or third to last, I should say, aside from the boss. 2-5. It's kind of similar to 2-1 in the sense that it's basically the same enemies. with the exception of a Skeleton Dragon or two added here. So just want to keep dealing with these guys. 1 or 2 hits will kill them. 1 to the legs will kill them. I think you need 2 hits to the helmet and they'll die. That statue, just hit the head. That enemy you can make jump to his death if you just stand on the edge of the platform. These bone pillars, very important. Once you get within range of them, crouch and start whipping. Otherwise, you're going to take some big damage from the flames. But if you just crouch and start whipping, you can whip the fireballs and cancel those out. So it's just a general strategy. So kill the Skeleton Dragon on expert difficulty. They run in circles, or they move in circles rather. On easy and normal, they don't do that. They just go back and forth. So in expert, those guys are harder. We're just going to keep killing these mace enemies. Same strategy here with the bone pillar. Crouch and whip, no big deal. There is a roast in this pillar here, very important. I'm sure you're probably low on health just like I am. If not, good for you. But be sure to get the roast. It's the only one in this level. Keep going, keep breaking these pillars. I think the next pillar that we break is a little bit of a cheap shot the game throws at you, but we'll talk about that when we get to it. So just keep dealing with these mace enemies, and then I think we have 1 more Skeleton Dragon coming up. Or actually, 1 more bone pillar. Excuse the background noise. It's extremely windy in my apartment, or outside of my apartment, I should say. So this platform here sinks into the water, so you want to try to catch it. If you let it sink, you can just jump onto the pillars. It's not a big deal, but it's a lot easier if you just follow the platform. So this is a 3 bone pillar. Best strategy is to just jump, whip twice, and then crouch, wait for the fireballs to move, and then you're good to go. So I get lucky here, and I get another Morningstar upgrade right here, and I get the blue flame whip. So I just take care of these Minotaurs with the sub-weapon. But there is an axe here, and the general strategy is to just pick up the axe, and then once the Minotaurs run into the corner, just throw 2 axes and they'll die. Screen 2-7 is the boss. This is the golem. It's actually a lot easier than he looks. If you have the axe or the boomerang or any real sub-weapon, it goes even faster. Let the water go to the bottom, then you want to start whipping his abdomen, and this will break the rocks off, and it will begin to get him to drop down to where you can actually deal real damage to him. So you want to deal damage to the eye or the chest, but you don't have access to it yet. So what you want to do is just keep whipping it until you get access. His main attack, aside from just walking into you, he will punch the ceiling. When he does this, rocks will fall from the ceiling. The easiest way around this is just stand in the left corner. I've never really had any rocks drop on me, maybe once, but you get pretty good luck if you just stand in that corner. So once his chest is exposed, you can start dealing damage to the eye, just like that. When he jumps, he will only jump in this phase when his eye's exposed. When he jumps, you need to also jump and land after him. Otherwise, you will get stuck to the ground. So it's very important that you jump, but eventually he will fall. And that's it. That's Stage 2 in Castlevania Bloodlines on expert difficulty with John Morris. If you guys need any help, please feel free to leave a comment. I'll do my best to help you out. If you're looking for more guides for Castlevania Bloodlines, please subscribe to the channel so you get alerted when new guides go live. If you really like the content on this channel, please consider becoming a channel member by clicking the blue join button below this video. Alright, I'm SweetJohnnyCage. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.